The John Gale Hun Valedictory Award is awarded each year to the member of the senior class who has earned the highest cumulative grade point average over a 3-year period. The 2022 valedictorian is Gabriel Huang. A consummate leader who listens first and always finds a way to build bridges, Gabe is respected by his peers and faculty alike. He served as a class senator for 3 years before being elected president of the student body this year. Mr. Hughes said it best when he shared, "Gabe is the model leader for a year of kindness, happiness, and reconnection." Gabe's talents extend far beyond student government, however. He's an accomplished swimmer and was named to the Maple All-Academic team. Unsurprisingly, he also served as team captain. Dedicated and hardworking, Gabe particularly excels in the classroom. A quiet but effective leader and collaborator, Gabe's curiosity and drive to understand the unfamiliar have served him and his classmates well. He has a comprehensive thirst for knowledge, whether the subject is European history or AP physics. A member of cum laude, Gabe was also awarded the John Gale Hun Leadership Award and the Charles Hollenbach Memorial Award for History, as well as the Yale Book Award, which recognizes an 11th grader for their character, leadership, scholarship, and intellectual promise. He'll be joining Georgetown University this fall. On behalf of the faculty, I'm proud to present this year's John Gale Hun Valedictory Award to Gabriel Huang.
This year, a lot of you have asked me why I stand outside to greet you all every morning. Some of you have even speculated that Mr. Hughes forces me to do it. I mean, why else would I be rushing to the front doors of Cheeseboro at 8:10 every morning? Well, believe it or not, I myself made the decision because I believed it was important to address every member of the community as a valued individual. I believed that it was important to make sure everyone had a good start to the day, and if my 15 minutes could somehow make even a couple of people's days more enjoyable, I was willing to do it. If my 15 minutes could somehow contribute to making the larger community a brighter place, I was willing to do it. And since I've spent so long as the opener for your school days, I'd like to be the one to close out your high school journey and reflect on the past 4 years. It's been a series of hills, and like many of you, I've stood at the tops and bottoms throughout my time here. When I started my journey at Hun as a freshman, I was immediately faced with challenges, the first of which started in a course titled Public Speaking and Debate. This was the first hill I'd have to climb in a place I would later call home. I realized the magnitude of difficulty I would face when I walked into class and noticed I was the only freshman. Yet the hill only seemed to get steeper when I saw the first debate in the class. Devin Pasika and Amy Millington went head to head, arguing over the boons and banes of nuclear energy. And though now I know them both as some of the nicest people I've ever met, my first impression of Devin and Amy, stemming from this particular debate, made them seem like cold-blooded, passive-aggressive, and only superficially civil people. They seemed to get an unreasonable amount of joy from their attacks on each other, smirking when they found a weak point, and pouncing with the intent of destruction. The complexity of their arguments and their ability to respond to cross-questioning with ease and poise were nearly impossible for me to mimic. Nonetheless, I pushed uphill and continued challenging myself. When it came time for me to debate Pushcart about the ethics of mass surveillance, my arguments were not as complex as some of my peers, and nor did I perform as well in cross-examination. I lost by 1 vote, who switched in the last minute. But even though I lost, I did it anyway. I had reached the top of the hill, or so I thought. Because 4 years later, I was once again at the bottom of the hill, intimidated by public speaking. When I was brainstorming for this speech, I scrolled through YouTube and listened to the remarks of previous commencement speakers, and boy, were they good. 7 years ago, Kevin Chen contended that, quote, Intelligence only determines how far you can venture into excellence. It is by no means a prerequisite for being extraordinary. I mean, how am I supposed to top that? But here I stand today in front of all of you. And I stand at the top of the hill not because of some innate gift for public speaking. No, I stand at the top of the hill not because of intelligence or talent. No, I stand at the top of the hill because throughout my 4 years at Hun, I've worked hard to make public speaking a strength. I stand at the top of the hill because I am willing to put in the work, to write draft after draft, to practice for hours on hours, to climb that hill until I reach the top. I stand at the top of the hill because no matter how many times I roll my ankle or slip, I will never stop walking up that hill until I reach the top. I simply refuse to be outworked. And maybe I can't top Kevin Chen or Dev Pasika, but that was never my intention to begin with. I could wish to speak eloquently like both of them. I could wish to understand physics like Grace Zhao, Will Mano, or Toby Thornburg. I could wish I were able to craft smooth and articulate essays like Ariana Ding. I could wish I were able to dominate my sport like Holland Engel, Roland Laver, or Liv Delario. I could wish I had the time management skills of John Ballion, who, by the way, always somehow managed to finish Mrs. Johnson's week-long work modules the day after she posted them. But these are wishful thoughts, and wishful thinking kills the beauty and joy of your reality. The reality is that I don't have the talent to match the eloquence of great speakers. I don't have the mind to understand the complexities of physics, as well as some of my classmates. I'm not as gifted a writer. I do not have the athletic abilities as some of my peers, and sometimes I don't have the discipline to start an assignment today when it's due next week. And you all may be thinking, if all of these are part of my reality, how do they make my reality beautiful and joyful? And to that, I would respond that our faults make this reality magnificent because you have an opportunity to work on these weaknesses, to become the best version of yourself. Living in reality away from the wishes is phenomenal because in this reality, you have the opportunity, the ability to work towards the better. You may not be born a good speaker, a brilliant physicist, or a skilled writer, but grounding yourself in reality allows you to do it anyways. It allows you to work to become a superb orator, a physics scholar, an essayist, an athlete, or a non-procrastinator. It allows you to look at the hill in front of you, gives you the opportunity to grit your teeth and charge forward, and gives you the chance to look back at all the other hills you've conquered in the past. Class of 22, my job as valedictorian is to close out this chapter of your journey and to give you a preview of the next. But truth be told, I don't know what you will go off to accomplish in the coming years. However, I do know that what you will face does not change the fact that you have climbed hills before. The next 4 years may look like the next big hill, but look back, you've climbed hills before. And on this next hill, you have a chance to be better than you were on the last. On this next hill, you have a chance to pursue your curiosity or discover it if you haven't already. On this next hill, you have the chance to upraise your community and to make the world a better place. So charge up this hill, charge up all the other ones. And there are parts of this hill that will require hours upon hours of toil. But there are also parts of this hike that will only take a small commitment every day. And your commitment will not only help you, but it will help elevate the whole community. Whatever it may be, public speaking, physics, writing, sports, or just saying hello, make that 15-minute commitment. Charge up that hill. Thank you.
Thank you.